Alright, we got another video. And I just listened to myself talking at 2 times speed, so I'm going to try and talk like that for the whole video. But it's not possible, so I'm going to have to slow it back down. I had to listen to the whole video from last time because I got more likes on it than I usually do, and I don't remember if I asked for likes or not because I've been so focused on statics. Like, YouTube channel is pretty much like... Where does it rank in my list of priorities? It's above my Twitch channel right now. Although I actually made money off of Twitch. Don't tell the IRS that. But I think it's like such a small amount. You could probably find that amount of change if you just looked in somebody's trash and just sold what was there and did that for what, like a week? And yeah, that's a good way to... I already forgot what I said. That's crazy. I need to take medication so badly. So I'll talk about what happened today. So I missed my history of rock class, but it was kind of a necessity because this morning when I was going to be writing stuff here for my equation sheet for statics, I ended up being like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to have that much time to write down everything I want if I spend 50 minutes of my morning going to this class. So I had to miss that. Instead, I continued to write on my equation sheet. This is like an actual maze. I'm pissed that there's so much blank space down here. I actually ran out of time with how to do that. I have 14, example problems on each, not on each side. That would be nuts. They would have to be really easy, some really easy problems. But I have 8 on this side, and I should be able to do math, right? 6 on this side. And you see that right there? Those are my trig identities. That's how much bigger my finger is. To show you a comparison, this is... Wait, I wonder if I wrote smaller than, size 11 font. I don't think I did. But this is my last equation sheet. I fit a lot more on this one. And this was the back, and this is the back. Looking at this from far away, you'd probably think that this is just a pattern of some sort. And not multiple statics problems worked out. So that way I don't do poorly on an exam. It's a beast of an equation sheet. And I was telling my one friend in the class, it's like... I made a joke. I was like, hey girl, I saw you looking at my equation sheet. You see something you like? That's right. It's big. There's lots of stuff going on in that. And there. Yeah. You know what it is. I already got 18 billion words on one side, and then you multiply it by putting it on another bitch-ass side. How cool is that? And obviously, that's not normally how I talk to women. Here's how I... In fact, I normally don't talk to women, so that's why that voice had to be changed so much. Alright. I wish I would have done this at the beginning. That would have been way easier. And then I'll detail, after I'm done with this... Actually, I'll detail what I'm going to do after, before I read that. So, I decided to do my DiffyQ tonight, because if I don't do it, it's due at 8 p.m. tomorrow, and I get out of my chem thing at 7:15, and I kind of want to know what I'm doing in differential equations, and then I have to do 7.2 pretty much right after I take my chem exam. I think that the chem exam will go well, because I'm awesome, and I didn't stress too much about statics, and I think I did fine on it. There's some things that I'm like, oh, I don't remember seeing how to do that, but I guess I'll just do what I normally do. So I just did what I normally did. And I think that the practice I had done before, where I was doing 2 example problems every day, actually really helped me understand how to do the reaction parts. So that was very helpful. It's crazy. Cassidy... Oh, shoot. Well, whatever. Cassidy's in Overwatch. That's what I was gonna say. I guess I'll read this. Bill Mosienko, Ken Rosewall, Dave Stockton, Larry Little, and Willie McGee. Wow. These are some really old people. Let's just skip to December. Alright. On December 27th, we have... It's a Tuesday. There you go. I'm sure that's what you wanted to know from that. Anyways. 11-2-1950. I could have just said it was 1950 because you can look at the date this video was uploaded. Phillies pitcher Jim Constanti becomes the first reliever to win a Most Valuable Player award. He began the 1950 season as a relatively obscure 33-year-old with a 16-10 lifetime record. He helped the Phillies win the National League pennant with a 16-7 record, 22 saves, and a 266 earned run average. That would be terrible. 2.66 ERA in 74 games and 152 innings. Constanti will last in the majors until 1956, but never comes close to repeating his success in 1950. No other reliever in either league will win an MVP award until Brewers closer Raleigh Fingers receives the honor in 1981. Wow, good for Jim Constanti. Constanti? Whatever. Or Constanti. Okay, also, I'm going to complain about fantasy football. I have to play against two of the players I played against last week. And I don't want to play against Cooper Kupp again, I'll be honest. That's super annoying. And the person I'm playing against is projected the second highest most. If they weren't doing what they did and traded away, they have very little depth at most positions. I have way more depth than most people, I would say. But that's just because I'm in first. I'm playing against a person in 8th who's projected the second most. I have to start Tua. My quarterback situation is not good. That's the only thing that's kind of bad for me. But hey, depending on the game, Tua could have a ton of points. The main reason his average is so low is because he played against Pittsburgh and they had a lead for most of that game, and then Buffalo and Cincinnati. In Cincinnati, he got hurt, and Buffalo, it's Buffalo, okay? It's a good defense. What do you want to do? Oh, shoot. In 2 weeks, Cleveland is going to play Miami. But anyways, on the weeks in which he's been fully healthy, he averages a lot. So, yeah. And plus, I thought about it to myself. I'm like, well, his receivers are ridiculously good. So, he's probably going to get at least some points and throw at least one touchdown per game. And the only other quarterbacks that would have been available were Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he would have maybe been better, but he's the epitome of consistency. He got between 16 and 17 points 4 weeks in a row. How do you even do that? That's ridiculous, man. He has not thrown for 3 passing touchdowns. He doesn't have any rushing touchdowns, so he can't really use his legs, so that obviously decreases his value. I'm kind of being sarcastic, but it's also true. The fact that he can't run makes him a little bit weaker. Yeah. Well, I have to go up against Cooper Kupp and Travis Etienne again, because people are way too willing, in my opinion, to trade their best players. I would trade Austin Eckler if I got... I wouldn't even trade him for Cooper Kupp right now because he's so valuable at that running back position, and I don't need another wide receiver. The only thing I do need now is a different tight end because it seems like Mark Andrews keeps either getting injured or underperforming. So there's that. And I'm probably going to go and run after I hit upload to YouTube on this video. So there's also that. And there's so many bad things in this world. Just don't let it get a hold of you. Don't let somebody make that dumb trade and get all your players. Someone wanted me to give up A.J. Brown for Lamar Jackson, which I thought about it, and then I was like, well, I could, then who am I starting over A.J. Brown? Oh, it's Hunter Renfrow, who's bad this year. Okay, what about Robert Woods? Okay, he's the number 1 wide receiver. Also, the Tennessee Titans don't throw the football, so that's bad. And then it would have been Paris Campbell. It could have been a lot of other bad players, but I have to start someone either wide receiver at tight end in this flex position. And then, dude, Gibson becomes not the starter for the Washington football team, and David Montgomery is now going to split carries. Those are 2 running backs I had on my bench that I was like, I guess I'll have to play somebody starting. And then Tyler Algier is not going to be starting very soon, and then Deontay Foreman is not going to be starting very soon. But it's like, what else was I supposed to do? My other choice was J.K. Dobbins, but I traded him away a long time ago. Now it's Najee Harris on my bench, who I'm benching for Deontay Foreman. Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to be pissed off trying to find where I talked about these people, but I hope your trades are going well, and I hope you win your matchup this week, unless it's against me in fantasy football. Outro.